Have you ever been in your own home, around your own family, and still felt like you didn't belong? Like you were just a shadow at the edge of the room? If that feeling is familiar, stay with me, because this story may sound like your own life. A young boy named Ethan sits at the dinner table with his family. The table has food, the lights are on, and everything looks normal from the outside. But inside that house, something feels wrong for Ethan. He doesn't talk much, not because he has nothing to say, but because he has learned to be careful. In his home, one small word can change the mood fast. If Ethan says something that others don't like, the room goes quiet. The air turns heavy. Eyes get sharp, faces get tight. So he watches his plate instead. He moves his food around slowly, hoping no one will notice him. He wishes he could disappear, just for a while, so he wouldn't feel this pressure. His sister Grace shares a funny story from school. She gets smiles. People listen. They ask her questions and laugh with her. His brother Caleb talks about his grades. He gets encouragement. Someone says, "Good job," and means it. But when Ethan tries to speak, things feel different. The room stiffens. The tone changes. His words are not treated like normal child mistakes. They are treated like problems. Like he did something bad just by opening his mouth. Ethan starts to feel like a stranger in his own family. Like he is a guest who is not wanted. Like his presence makes the house heavier instead of happier. No one says, "We hate you," but he feels something close to it. He feels it in the silence that follows him, in the sigh when he walks in the way people seem more relaxed when he is quiet. This is the quiet reality of the unwanted child. Sometimes there are no loud fights, no clear insults, no hitting. It can be invisible, but the child still understands it with their whole body. A child can feel when love is missing. A child can feel when they are only tolerated, not welcomed. And for many people, this is not just a story. It is a memory, a moment they still carry in their chest. Every human heart is born looking for belonging. A child comes into the world open and soft, ready to love and be loved. When love is not given, the child doesn't only feel sad. They begin to believe, something is wrong with me. Feeling unloved is painful, but feeling unworthy becomes a part of who they think they are. Psychologists have studied this for a long time. John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, said that a child's first bonds become the base for all future relationships. Warm bonds help a child grow with trust. Cold bonds teach a child to fear closeness. And what makes it harder is this: a child often doesn't think, "My parent is unfair." The child thinks, "I must be the problem." And when a child feels this kind of coldness at home, the pain grows even deeper when they watch love being handed out easily to someone else. That quiet comparison can shape a heart for years. Ethan may not say it out loud, but he feels it every day. The hardest part is not only that he feels unwanted. The hardest part is that he can see love being given to others right in front of him. In homes where love is not shared equally, the child who is left out notices everything. Ethan notices who gets the soft voice and who gets the sharp one. He notices who gets praise for small things. He notices who gets comfort when they are tired or upset. And he notices that when it comes to him, people act different. His sister Grace can spill a drink and someone laughs and says, "It's okay, honey." His brother Caleb can forget a chore and someone reminds him gently. But if Ethan makes the same mistake, The reaction is heavier. The voice is colder. The look is harder. Sometimes it is not even about mistakes. Even when Ethan does something good, the response feels small. A quick, fine, or a short nod. No smile, no real warmth. It is like his good moments don't matter much. To adults, these differences may seem small. They may even say, "We treat all our kids the same." But a child's heart can feel the truth. A child's body can sense the change in tone, the lack of patience, the missing pride. These quiet signals teach a painful lesson. Love is not safe. Love is not for me. Over time, Ethan learns to expect rejection everywhere. If a teacher corrects him, he feels shame right away. If a friend doesn't text back, he thinks, they don't care. If someone looks serious, he believes he did something wrong. The old feeling follows him into every room he walks into. Studies in child psychology show this is common. Kids who grow up with rejection often carry low self-worth and high fear inside them. But it doesn't stop at feelings. It can shape how the brain reads people. The child grows into an adult who sees rejection even when it is not there. Life is viewed through a lens made from early pain. That lens can make normal moments feel threatening. Because of this, many unwanted children create ways to survive. They try to earn love in any way they can. Some become perfectionists. They think, if I do everything right, I'll finally be loved. They chase perfect grades, perfect work, perfect behavior. Others become people pleasers. They try to keep everyone happy, even if it hurts them. They learn to say yes when they want to say no. And some children choose the opposite path. They rebel. They act tough. They push people away first so they don't get hurt again. But all these paths come from the same wound. I was not accepted just for being me. These habits may help the child survive, but they also become heavy for the adult. Many people grow up still wearing these masks, forgetting they were only meant to protect them for a while. When pain stays hidden like this, it doesn't fade away. It quietly walks into adult life, shaping love, trust, and choices in ways a person may not even notice at first. When Ethan grows up, he may leave that dinner table, but the feeling from that table often comes with him. Childhood pain has a way of staying alive inside the body and mind, even when the person becomes an adult. Many children who felt unwanted become adults who still expect love to disappear. They may not even understand why. They might say, "I don't trust people," or "I always feel like I will be left." But the real root is old. It started in the place that should have felt safest. Because of this, Ethan may choose people who feel familiar, not people who feel kind. Without meaning to, he could fall for partners who are cold, critical, or emotionally far away. Not because he likes pain, but because his brain learned that love comes with distance. His mind runs toward what it knows, even if what it knows hurts. This is how old wounds quietly repeat. A person can spend years chasing love from people who act like the family did. The story keeps looping until someone sees it and stops. There is also something else happening under the surface. When a child feels rejected again and again, their nervous system reads it as danger. The body stays in stress mode. Stress chemicals like cortisol rise often. If this happens for a long time, it can shape the brain. Research in neuroscience shows that long-term rejection can make the amygdala, the brain's fear center, more active. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which helps calm emotions and think clearly, may not work as strongly. The result is simple. The child grows into an adult who is always on alert. So Ethan might walk into a room and feel tense for no clear reason. He might read a short message and think it means anger. If someone is quiet, he may assume they are upset with him. Even a small joke can feel like a deep insult. This is not because he wants drama. It is because his nervous system learned early that rejection could come at any time. Peace can feel strange to him. Calm love can feel too good to be true. But chaos can feel normal because that is what his body knew first. Here is the strange twist. Many unwanted children also become very good at reading people. Ethan may notice tiny changes in tone, face, or body language. He may sense moods before words are spoken. This is not magic. It is survival. When your safety depends on guessing what others feel, you become a quiet expert at it. Another hard truth is that many unwanted children grow up in families that look normal from the outside. There are birthdays, trips, and pictures with smiles. People may even say, "You have a great family." But inside, the child feels unseen, blamed, or always wrong. With no clear proof, the child begins to doubt their own feelings. Maybe I'm too sensitive, they think. Maybe I made it up. That doubt can follow them for years, like a silent weight in their chest. Even with all these wounds, something unexpected can also grow inside the unwanted child. A strength and a depth that, with time, can become a powerful part of who they are. Even though Ethan carried pain for a long time, that pain did not only break him. In many cases, it also shaped parts of him that later become strong. This does not mean the hurt was good. It only means people can grow in places where love was missing. When a child feels unwanted, they learn to survive in quiet ways. They learn to stay strong while still feeling scared inside. They learn to notice people quickly. They learn to keep going, even without support. Over time, these survival skills can turn into real gifts. Ethan's sensitivity, which once came from fear, can become empathy. He understands sadness in others because he knows it well. He may be the first person to notice when someone is hurting. He may be gentle in ways other people are not because he remembers what it felt like to be unseen. His loneliness can also grow into creativity. Many unwanted children spend time alone, not by choice, but because they feel safer that way. In that space, they often build rich inner worlds. They may turn to writing, art, music, or deep thinking. Their minds learn to create light in dark places. And the strength they build from surviving rejection can become courage. Ethan may grow into someone who can handle hard seasons better than most people. He may fall, but he knows how to stand again. Not because he wanted to be strong, but because life forced him to learn it early. History shows this again and again. Many people who changed the world were once children who felt unwanted. They didn't become great because of the pain, but they refused to let pain be the ending. They turned it into fuel. They used it to see life clearly. They became artists, leaders, healers, or simply quiet people who built kinder homes than the ones they grew up in. The key idea is this: the identity of the unwanted child is not the child's true nature. It is a scar, not the skin. A scar is proof that something happened, but it does not have to control what happens next. Still, to reach that kind of future, Ethan would first need to understand his past clearly. Healing does not begin by pretending everything was fine. Healing begins by seeing what was real. Many adults who were unwanted as kids carry shame without knowing why. They think they are too much or not enough. They think something is wrong with them. But when they look back and name the truth, "I was rejected," the fog starts to lift. The shame becomes a wound with a reason. And wounds with reasons can be treated. Awareness is the first real door to change. When Ethan notices his patterns, fear of being left, need to be perfect, harsh self-talk, choosing cold people? He stops living on autopilot. He begins to understand. These were ways to survive, not signs that he is broken. Strength alone is not the same as healing. Healing starts when the adult finally gives themselves the care they missed and begins to build safety from the inside out. Healing for Ethan does not begin outside of him. It begins inside. It begins the moment he stops running from the past and starts listening to what that younger version of him still needs. Psychologists call one strong method reparenting. This means the adult learns to care for themselves the way their parents should have cared for them. It is like becoming the safe parent you never had. At first, this can feel strange. If you grew up with coldness, kindness feels unfamiliar. If you grew up with blame, comfort can feel weak. But reparenting is not weakness. It is repair. Reparenting is simple in idea, but deep in impact. Ethan starts to speak to himself in a new way. He starts to say things like, "You are worthy. You are lovable. You matter." These are words he needed as a child. And even as an adult, his mind and body still need to hear them. Another powerful step is naming the truth. Many unwanted children grow up thinking their pain is their fault. But when Ethan can say, "I grew up feeling unwanted," something changes. The shame becomes clearer. The fog lifts. What once felt like something is wrong with me becomes something happened to me. That shift is huge. Trauma studies show that putting pain into words can lower its emotional weight. When feelings stay locked inside, they grow heavier. When they are spoken or written, they start to breathe. Language brings order to what once felt like a storm. It helps the person understand their life story instead of being trapped inside it. John Bowlby's attachment theory explains that early rejection teaches the brain to expect more rejection. But here is the hopeful truth. Attachment styles can change. They are not fixed forever. Through therapy, safe friendships, or a loving partner, a person can build what psychologists call earned secure attachment. In simple words, it means you can learn to feel safe with love, even if you did not feel safe before. Healing also needs self-compassion. Dr. Kristen Neff has shown in her research that self-compassion reduces anxiety, depression, and shame. But for Ethan, being kind to himself may feel hard. Criticism feels normal to him. Harsh words feel familiar. So learning kindness is like learning a new language. He starts practicing in small ways, resting when tired, forgiving himself for mistakes, talking to himself the way he would talk to a hurt child. Each small act of gentleness becomes a quiet rebellion against the old voice that said he was not enough. Healing also includes boundaries. If family members still treat Ethan in painful ways, he has the right to protect himself. Healing does not mean staying in places that keep cutting you. It means choosing safety now. And one of the biggest turning points happens when the unwanted child grows up and begins building a new life of their own. That is often the moment when old patterns either repeat or finally stop. When Ethan becomes older, life gives him a new moment of truth. Maybe he becomes a parent one day. Maybe he gets married. Maybe he builds a home with someone he trusts. This stage of life often brings a big choice: repeat the old story or build a new one. Many adults who felt unwanted as kids promise themselves, "I will never make my child feel the way I felt." Some keep that promise with their whole heart. They hug their kids more. They listen more. They speak gently, even when they are tired. They say, "I love you," often and mean it. They give the kind of safety they never received. And in doing that, they break the chain. But for others, it is not so simple. Old wounds can wake up in stressful moments. If Ethan never healed, he might feel triggered without knowing why. A child crying, needing attention, or making mistakes could touch the same pain he had as a boy. In those moments, he might react the way his parents reacted to him, not because he wants to hurt anyone, but because that old pattern is still living inside him. This is why awareness matters so much. When Ethan notices, "I am acting from my old hurt," he gets a chance to pause. He can breathe. He can choose kindness instead of anger. That pause, even if it lasts only a few seconds, is powerful. That is how cycles stop. Healing is not only about parenting. It also changes how a person belongs in the world. Humans are built for connection. We need love the way we need air. Science even shows that rejection hits the brain like physical pain. So when a child is rejected, it is not a small thing. It is a deep wound to the need to belong. But belonging can be rebuilt. Sometimes it cannot be rebuilt with the family we came from. That truth can hurt, but it can also set a person free. Ethan can find belonging through chosen family, through friends who are steady, through a partner who is safe, through a community where he is respected and seen. Belonging is not only about blood, it is about care. So we return to that picture of a quiet boy at the table, wishing he could vanish. That child may still live inside many adults today, not to trap them in the past, but to remind them what they needed back then. And the truth is simple. The unwanted child was never born unworthy. They were not too much. They were not a problem. They were a child who needed love and didn't get it in the way they deserved. That was never their fault. Healing begins when the adult looks at that younger self with kindness instead of blame. When they stop chasing love from people who cannot give it. When they build a life where respect is normal and love is not something they have to earn. If you ever felt like the hated child, remember this: you are not trapped there forever. You can choose a different life. You can choose people who choose you back. And most of all, you can choose to belong to yourself first.